There is a simple truth about happiness. It is not found in possessions, nor in achievements. It does not come from seeking, chasing, or demanding. Happiness is something we create. And the way to create it is simple: give it away. When you give joy to others, you receive more joy in return. But how often do we stop and think about the happiness we can give? Many people spend their lives searching for joy, believing it is something to be taken, something that must be earned. But tell me, have you ever felt the warmth of making someone smile? Have you ever seen the light return to someone's eyes because of a small act of kindness? If you have, then you already know the secret. The more happiness you give, the more it fills your own heart. I once met an old man who had very little. His home was modest, his clothes worn, yet he was the happiest man I had ever seen. He laughed easily, his eyes sparkled with peace, and people were drawn to him. One day, I asked him, "What is your secret? Why are you so happy when you have so little?" He chuckled and said, "Let me tell you a story." He pointed to a young boy playing nearby, his laughter ringing through the air. "That boy," he said, "comes here every day. His family struggles. He often goes to bed hungry. But do you know what I do? I tell him stories. I make him laugh. I share the little I have." Then he looked at me and said words I will never forget. "I may not have much, but I have joy to give. And when I see his laughter, when I see his worries fade, my own heart feels lighter. That is why I am happy." I realized then that joy is not something we own, it is something we share. And the more we give, the more we receive. Why giving joy brings more happiness. Science, philosophy, and ancient wisdom all agree on one thing: true happiness comes from connection, kindness, and generosity. When you brighten someone's day, you brighten your own. When you help someone feel seen, you feel seen too. When you give joy freely, the world reflects it back to you. Think of the times when you made someone smile: a friend, a stranger, a loved one. Did you not feel a warmth in your heart? That is because joy is meant to be shared, and in sharing, it multiplies. Too often, people believe happiness comes from having more money, more success, more recognition. But let me ask you this: have you ever met someone who has everything, yet still feels empty? I have. There was a man I knew, wealthy, powerful, respected. But one evening, as we sat together, he sighed deeply and said, "I have everything I once dreamed of, yet I feel nothing." I asked him, "When was the last time you did something for someone else, without expecting anything in return?" He was silent. You see, joy does not come from taking, it comes from giving. The happiest people are not the ones who have the most, but the ones who give the most. How you can give happiness every day? You may wonder, but what if I have nothing to give? Let me tell you, my friend, everyone has something to give. A kind word can heal a wounded heart. A smile can lift someone's spirit. A moment of your time can make someone feel valued. Happiness does not require wealth. It requires awareness. It requires looking beyond yourself and seeing where you can bring light. So ask yourself, what happiness can I give today? There was a time when I was lost in my own struggles. I felt burdened, disconnected. But then, I made a choice to step outside of myself, to offer kindness wherever I could. I started small: a compliment to a stranger, a listening ear to a friend, a moment of gratitude for those around me. And something incredible happened. My own burdens felt lighter. My heart felt fuller. My days became brighter. That is when I truly understood: the more joy you give, the more you receive. My friend, if you take one thing from this message, let it be this: happiness is not something you wait for. It is something you create. Do not wait for joy to find you, go and give it. So I ask you today, what happiness can you give? Who can you uplift? How can you be a source of light in someone's life? If this message has touched your heart, take a moment to reflect. Share in the comments below, what is one act of kindness you will give today? And if you seek more lessons in mindfulness, wisdom, and personal growth, subscribe to the Mindful Path TV. Together, let us walk this journey with open hearts. Thank you for being here. Until next time, walk wisely.